All right, starting on all fours on your hands and knees. What I want you to do is just some arch and curls. It's also called cat-cow, cat-camel. You exhale, scoop the belly button, the spine, round the back up towards the ceiling. Eyes can kind of look towards the navel. And then you're gonna inhale, you're gonna bring the tailbone up and eyes and heart forward. Exhale, scoop, rounding up. Inhale, tailbone up, eyes and heart forward. Exhale, scoop, inhale, round. Exhale, scooping and flexing. Inhale, extending, eyes and heart forward, tailbone up. Again, exhale, scoop, and inhale, extend. You can do this about 10 times. Then I want you to find a good neutral spine. So a flat back position. You're gonna pick your foot up. This is my right foot. I'm leaving the knee down. That is my pivot point. What I'm gonna do is swing that foot over the calf of the other leg and look over my left shoulder towards where I think I should be able to see my toes. If I can't see my toes, that's okay. I'm gonna look where I think they should be. And then I'm gonna swing them out to the right side and look over the right shoulder towards where I should be able to see them. Swinging left, right, left, right, left, right. Couple more times. Left, right, left, and right. And then go ahead and place that foot down. And we're gonna do the other foot. So bring the left foot up, again, the knees down, that's my pivot point. I'm gonna swing the foot over the left shin, look towards the toes over the right shoulder, and out to the left, looking over the left shoulder. Going right to left, right, left, right, left, right, and left. Two more times. Right, left, right, and left. Again, we can throw in a couple of those arch and curls, rounding and extending. And then what I want you to do is visualize that I've placed a can of paint between your shins, kind of close to your knees, and that we've attached a paintbrush onto your tailbone. Then what I want you to do is take that paintbrush that I've attached to your tailbone and dip it down into the can of paint. You're gonna bring that paintbrush up and visualize painting a small circle on the wall behind you. Maybe it's a baseball size or softball size circle. Let's make it maybe into a basketball size circle. Tracing that circle, visualize tracing that on the wall behind you. Bring it a little large now. Think of a beach ball size circle, tracing that around. Circling that around, getting that circle on the wall behind you. Keep circling and tracing over that circle. Now I want you to first go back over the circle the other direction, painting with that paintbrush that's attached to your tailbone, circling it around over that beach ball size circle. Your eyes can be looking straight down between your hands, giving a nice neutral position to your spine. And make it a smaller circle. Let's go to that basketball size circle. Circling around, painting that circle, and then even smaller, a baseball or softball size circle. Circling it around, and then come to neutral. Again, a couple arch and curls or cat, camel, cat, cows, all the same thing. And back to neutral. Now what I want you to do is what we call opposite arm leg reaches. We're gonna take our right arm, lengthen it forward, try to bring it up in line with the spine, and then bring it down. Other arm lengthens forward in line with the spine, and then bring it down. Again, one arm up and down, trying to keep the shoulders down away from the ear. Other arm up and down. And then we're gonna go legs only. Slide your right foot back. Keep the hips square with the mat, and then slide it back in. Bracing through the core, trying not to shift side to side. Slide the left foot back. Keep the hips square, keep the torso steady as possible, and slide the left foot back in. As little shifting and movement from the body as possible. Slide that right foot back again. See if you can lengthen that foot straight out behind you, keeping the hips square. Awesome if you can. If not, that is okay. Just leave that toe down. And then bring the opposite arm forward. Again, neck is aligned with the spine, gaze straight at the ground. So foot up or foot down, either way, breathing into that. And then hand down and leg in. Again, shifting as little as possible. Try not to shift at all with the hips. Slide your left leg back. Again, keep the hips square at the floor. See if you can bring it up off the ground. Maybe you can lengthen it straight out behind you. If not, if you need to keep your toes on the ground, that's fine. And then bring the opposite arm forward. Reaching into that, reaching long through the tip of the fingers, long through the toes, bracing and stabilizing through the core, and then hand down and leg in. We're going to continue with that. If you need to keep your toe on the ground, please do. I'm going to lift mine up, but don't feel like you have to. The leg goes back again, reaching it long. Opposite arm forward. We're going to hold for a count of 10. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hand down, leg in. Again, keep that torso, those hips as steady and motionless as possible. Left leg goes back, stretch back, lengthen it, reach it straight out behind you. Opposite arm reaches forward, reaching long from the tip of your fingers to the tip of your toe. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hand down, as still as possible, bring that leg in. One more time on each side. Again, remember, you can leave those toes on the ground. Opposite arm reaches forward, reach long from the tip of your fingers to the tip of your toe, even if your toe's down. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hand down and leg in. Again, back to the other side. Slide that leg back, lift it up if you're able. Opposite arm forward. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hand down and leg in. Okay, we're going to come onto our side now for an exercise called clamming. For clamming, we're going to come down onto our side, and you're going to relax all the way down. Your hips are stacked, knees are stacked, ankles are stacked, and your legs are bent. You can lay down onto your arm or have your head propped up, either way. What we're going to do is keep the hips stacked. Keep the heels glued together the whole time. Think of drawing the femur into the hip socket so your glutes engaged. So think of drawing the femur in, but I'm not shifting my hip back. I'm just drawing the femur into that hip socket, engaging the glutes, heels squeezing together. I'm going to open the legs up like a clamshell and then lower them back down. This is on because the femur is drawing in. I'm opening up and going back down. If I were to place my two fingers on either side of the base of my vertebra where they meet the hips down by my sacrum, I should feel firming, a plumping in my low back. I should feel some movement of the muscles there on either side of the bottom of my spine where it meets my hips. So again, keep those heels together. Think of drawing that femur bone into the hip socket, open up towards the ceiling and back down. Opening up and lowering down with control. Keep that tension there. Opening up and down. Again, hips stay stacked. My hips aren't shifting. Open up and down. That leg is moving in that hip socket. Open up and down. Two more. Opening it up and down. Notice the heels are always connected. Again, open up and down. Nicely done. Let's swing over and do the other side. So again, lying on your side, shoulders, hips, knees, ankles, everything is stacked. My legs are bent. My heels are glued together. My femur is getting drawn into that hip socket so that my glutes and my hip are on. The muscles are engaged. I'm mentally, physically visualizing drawing that femur into the hip socket, but I don't shift it back. The hips stay stationary and I draw it in, I engage. Keep those heels glued together. Open the legs up, open the clamshell and down. Lifting up, opening it up and back down. Again, opening it up and down. If you put your hand on your mid-low back, you should feel a little muscular engagement. It's not a lot. It's subtle, but it's there, it's happening. You're bracing through your core. You're drawing your femur into the hip socket. You're squeezing those heels together. You should feel a little bit of tension at the mid-low back. Let's do two more. Open up and down. Last one, open up and down. Good, let's come back onto your hands and knees. Let's do a couple more arch and curls. Exhale, scooping it up. Inhale, eyes and heart forward. Exhale, scooping it up. Inhale, eyes and heart forward. One more time. Exhale, scooping it up. Inhale, eyes and heart forward. Again, if we want to do one more of what's called the tail wag, it's looking from side to side, getting that lateral side bend. And then maybe one more time on the other leg. Bring that foot back up, side to side. Again, maybe you want to do a couple more hip circles. Think of painting a circle with that paintbrush on your tailbone. Paint in both directions, circling that around. And then sit back into child's pose, sitting your glutes onto your heels. I like to make child's pose active. I stretch, I curl my fingers forward. I reach my tailbone to sits bones back. Again, and I stretch through the back. Tuck that tailbone under a little if you want to deepen that stretch in the low back, and breathe into that. Nice big inhale and exhale. And hopefully that has brought you some mobility, some movement, some release in your low back that you didn't have before you started. These are exercises that you can do every day, multiple times a day. I hope you enjoyed them. Again, my name is Kari Larson with the Yes Lifestyle. Have a great day.